Hey VC, how you doing? It's Bill with the Vinyl. This is a Vinyl Grabs video, and I wanted to show everything that I picked up from when I took a ride to a couple record stores that I've never been to. They're each about an hour away from where I live. So my family was out of town, not this past weekend, but the weekend before. And I had some time to myself on Saturday, so I thought I'd go visit these record stores. Double Decker Records in Allentown, Pennsylvania, and then also Princeton Record Exchange in Princeton, New Jersey. Got a lot of pretty good stuff to show from those visits. And then Black Friday Record Store Day just passed. I didn't go out on the day, but on my lunch break today I went to Siren Records, which is in my neck of the woods, Doylestown, Pennsylvania, and was able to grab a couple of leftovers plus a couple other records. So I'll get started with those. I've been watching some of the record store day videos to see what people have been picking up. It's pretty cool. I actually skipped it. I also skipped two record shows that were in town over the past week. One on Black Friday, and then one on the previous Sunday. I opted to not go to those because I had picked up a whole bunch of other stuff. So Black Friday Record Store Day, here's what I got. Several people have shown this already, but it's Miles Davis Early Minor. This is the Complete in Silent Way sessions. So I'm a big fan of Miles Davis's album In a Silent Way, and these are the sessions on there. And the hype sticker here says Rare Gems from the Dawn of Electric Miles, featuring Wayne Shorter, John McLaughlin, Chick Corea, Herbie Hancock, Joe Zawinul, Dave Holland, Joe Chambers, and Tony Williams. So haven't opened this yet or listened to it, obviously, but we'll be doing so real soon. Anxious to check this out. So also from Black Friday Record Store Day, I haven't seen anyone show this yet, but I was happy that they still had this one. They actually had a couple copies, and it's Cecil Taylor Indent. So this is a solo piano performance from Cecil Taylor. Really good. This is a reissue from, I think the original came out in 70. I have it written down here. It was recorded in 73, but I want to say the original album came out in 77. I don't know if that's accurate or not. But the original had a totally different cover. This is the reissue for Record Store Day. 4 out of 5 stars from the Rolling Stone Jazz Record Guide. 4.5 out of 5 from AllMusic.com. That's his Pressa Palace group in Germany, mastered for vinyl at Infrasonic Mastering. And it's got the Record Store Day Black Friday sticker there. So yeah, I was real excited to get this. And that's it for my Black Friday Record Store Day pickups. But while I was at Siren Records, I picked up a couple other things. I got Love, Devotion, Surrender by Carlos Santana and Mahavishnu John McLaughlin. Picked this up. It was really, really cheap. So, and in excellent condition. So this came out in 1973. Yeah, this came out in 1973. on Columbia. And you know, it's that like Latin jazz, progressive jazz, I guess. But I've never earned a copy of this, so I picked it up really cheap. And the find of the day for me, because I've been wanting this for a long time and I never see it. This is Jane and their first album together on the Brain label. So Jane is a German krautrock band. Yeah, so this album is krautrock, progressive, great guitar work on here. Some cool mellotron as well. Was really happy to find this. Even there's that Brain label that I love so much. So this came out in '72, and it's Jane's debut album, and this is a 1974 reissue here. Even the woman working the counter was asking about, she said, had I heard this before, because she was looking forward to checking it out, and she didn't get a chance to. It was in the new arrivals, so I don't know how long when it came in. I'm assuming pretty recently, within the past week or so, and was really happy to grab this. So Jane, German progressive krautrock here. Okay, now before I get to those two record stores, I also got something in the mail that I was really stoked to find, and it's Clifford Jordan and the Magic Triangle on Stage Volume 1. This was recorded live in 1975, and this came out in 1977. Maybe that's where I was getting the 1977 from, so that Cecil Taylor album was probably 1973. This is phenomenal. You have Clifford Jordan on tenor sax, Cedar Walton on piano, Sam Jones on bass, and Billy Higgins on drums. And phenomenal performance here. Sam Jones and Billy Higgins, phenomenal on this album. Really excited to add this to the collection. Great stuff. We'll definitely be searching out Volume 2 and Volume 3. Now, so I said I visited Double Decker Records in Allentown, Pennsylvania. So I've never been there before. Heard a lot about it. I've heard, I think it was Jeff Party talk about it a while ago. Dylan at Noble Records, I don't think he's ever been there, but he's talked about them. He's friends with them through Instagram and such. When I visited Charlotte and saw Dylan back in the summer, he asked me if I had ever been there, and I told him I hadn't. So I finally made it there, and I took a bunch of records in for trade, and got a few things here. Plus, I picked up some other stuff that is going out as VCLT, but very cool record store. A little different than what I had anticipated. They got a ton of records in that store. Pretty good selection. I found some decent stuff here, and I will say it's a lot of new sealed releases. I'd say there's more new than used, at least from what I was digging through, and I tried to dig through just about everything. But very cool record store. They were very nice, and I'll look forward to go back at some point. So I have 4 things here to show, and these were all sealed when I got them. The first being this is Peter Gabriel, Long Walk Home, which is the soundtrack to the movie The Rabbit Proof Fence. That came out in 2002. Excellent movie if you've never seen it. It's about Aborigine orphans. Yeah, just really excellent movie. I won't get into the movie because I've got a lot to show here. But this is 45 RPM, half speed, master of this album. I've never had it on vinyl, so definitely happy to pick this up, add it to the collection, and in this format. There's the labels. So happy to have that one. Next is this is Stephen Wilson and The Raven That Refused to Sing and Other Stories. Stephen Wilson, most notably known for being the singer-songwriter for Porcupine Tree, and his solo career, and he's made quite a name for himself for doing remastering albums for like Gentle Giant, Jethro Tull, bunch of bands, King Crimson. So I've never owned this album. I've always listened to it through streaming, so was super happy to grab this one. This is a double album. Yeah, so excited to add this one to the collection. Stephen Wilson. Okay, next, this is Coliseum and Valentine Suite. This came out in 1969, and then Music on Vinyl released it in 2016. So this is a great blues rock that kind of leans a little psych and prog. So I was familiar with this album and I enjoy it. So when I saw it, I've never seen it in person before. So when I saw it, I picked it up. This originally came out on Vertigo, so it has the Vertigo swirl, the originals. Yeah, so excited to add this one to the collection. Great album. If you've never heard this one, give it a listen. Really, really good. And then finally, I was really excited to find this one. I've never, ever come across an original Dylan at Noble Records again. He has an original. But this is Giles, and Fripp. The Cheerful Insanity of Giles, and Fripp. So this is pre-King Crimson, and it's Robert Fripp, Michael Giles, and Peter Giles. So this is a pretty psych pop, maybe, with a bunch of weird thrown in there. Each they do a lot of storytelling in between the songs, and it's quite good though. I enjoy it. Originals for this go for a lot of money, so I was more than happy to pick up a reissue. on the cherry red phonograph label here. So Giles, and Fripp. Pretty cool pickup. Then I went to Princeton Record Exchange, like I mentioned, in Princeton, New Jersey. And I tell you what, that is an excellent store. I really fell in love with that store. And that's actually a tiny bit closer than Double Decker. So I'll probably be visiting Princeton Record Exchange again before I go back to Double Decker Records. Princeton Record Exchange is about 45 minutes to an hour away. So great store. Now they seem to be more used albums with some new sealed releases thrown in as well, but and a ton of CDs. But really excellent store, and I found a lot of cool things there. Starting with this is Never Forever, Kate Bush. This was her third album, came out in 1980, and this is the 2018 remaster reissue. So Kate Bush remastered there. Excellent album. Really enjoy it. Trying to fill out Kate Bush. I still have a ways to go, but this was about $10 cheaper than you see it online, so it was a no-brainer to pick it up. Great album. It had the somewhat of a hit, but Babushka, the opening track. But great album all in all here. And then was really surprised to see this. So Bo over at Earhead 6 and his channel with Hannah, Adventures in had drawn a blank there for a second. Adventures in Record Digging. So Bo recently showed this in a video and made the comment that he's never seen it in the wild. So when he saw it, he picked it up. And that goes for me too. So this is an original from 1969. This is post-Peter Tork Monkeys, so you have Mickey Dolenz, Michael Nesmith, and Davy Jones. This is on the Cole Gems label. I have a reissue of this from Friday Music on colored vinyl, but I wasn't going to pass up this, especially since it was, I think it was $3. So it's got some pretty good tracks on here. I'm definitely a fan of the Nesmith tracks. Good Clean Fun, Never Tell a Woman Yes, Listen to the Band, and yeah. But some other good songs on here as well, but I lean more towards the Nesmith stuff. So cool find there. And then really stoked to find an original US pressing of Genesis The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, with the Porky and Pico in the dead wax. On Atco. So my original copy of this album was a 80s reissue. So this was $2, and it plays excellent. This is my favorite Genesis album. So really, found this in the bins underneath the main shelves. They were, they had like $1 and $2 records down there, and I think I just happened to be in the right place at the right time because I was looking at the jazz, and a worker there came by and was fiddling around with some of those records, and I'm not sure if he just put this one there, but he rearranged it and then moved this one right to the front. So as soon as he did that, I kind of reached down, picked it up, and looked it over, and I walked out of the store with it for $2. So thrilled to find this. Another cool find, just for a few dollars. I think it was $4. This is the Mothers of Invention burnt weenie sandwich. There's Frank Zappa. This did not come with the poster, but for $4 I was okay with that. And it's on the Bazaar label, division of Reprise there. So burnt weenie sandwich was 1970, right? So yeah, stoked to add this to the Zappa collection. And then the final three things are kind of jazz here. Again, super cheap. I think this was $5. This is McCoy Tyner, Song for My Lady. This is on Milestone label and came out in 1973. This is an original. So McCoy Tyner, the pianist, most notably known for playing with Coltrane in his classic quartet. There's the Milestone label. Yeah, I've been, this one's been on my want list for a long time, and I was happy to see it there and grab it. All right, next, so this is Keith Jarrett and Jack DeJohnette and Ruta and Daitia, or Daitia. I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce that, but so Keith Jarrett on piano and Jack DeJohnette on drums. He is one of my favorite drummers. If I see him on an album, I'm pretty much going to pick it up. I've seen this in the VC several times. I think Mike at Jam on Vinyl has been showing this one at some point. This is on ECM. So, was happy to find this one. This also was from 1973. Is that correct? Yeah, 1973. And happy to have that one. I always like this cover too, for some reason. Okay, and made it to the last one here. Thanks for sticking with me through this. I have never seen this before, so when I saw it, I had to grab it. And it is Herbie Hancock and Chick Corea in concert. So the album is an evening with Herbie Hancock and Chick Corea in concert. You can see the two pianos there. Really cool. Oh, upside down. So the gatefold opens vertically here. So this came out in 1978. It was recorded in 1978. It does say in here where it was recorded. It was over a few different nights. at different venues, but off the top of my head, I don't recall. And this is on Columbia. So this one I haven't listened to yet, but will be doing so when I can. But I thought this was a cool find. I had never seen this album before, and grabbed it. So if you're anywhere remotely near Princeton Record Exchange, highly recommend you make a visit to them. Really, really enjoyed that record store, and we'll definitely be going back. So that's everything I have to show. That was a lot of records. So thanks for sticking through it with me, and let me know down in the comments what you think of these. If there was something you liked, just let me know down in the comments. I love interacting in the comments. And so that's going to do it for me. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you all being here. Anyone who's recently subscribed, I really do appreciate you subscribing and checking out the channel. It's very much appreciated. And I hope you like what you see and stick around. So thanks so much. Everyone take care, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye. Take care.